Hi guys, it's Carol. How are ya? Today we are going to try to make aprons. I am not an experienced seamstress. Neither is my granddaughter Casey Taylor or my daughter Casey or any of us. My mother was an excellent seamstress, but she didn't teach me how to do it. But we're going to try to make an apron. Okay, guys, what we are doing, Taylor, put the fabric over here. We are making our own pattern to make an apron. My original plan was my kids are going to their other grandmas in another town and they will have a lemonade stand. Do you want to tell them how much you made last summer?
No.
Oh, excuse me. And they're going to have a lemonade stand again. So my idea was I was going to make them aprons, and we were going to drive up there and just stand in line to buy a lemonade and surprise them. But then Casey and I figured out that it would take $30 in gas round trip, and we are poor people, so we're not going to do that. So instead of it being a surprise, I told my granddaughter, and she's excited to make it, huh?
Yes.
And so for the main apron, we're using this, correct?
Yes.
And what do you want to use for your pocket?
I haven't decided. Either one of these.
Either the checked or the navy. Okay, and then I have yellow that I'm going to make her brother's apron, and he asked for a navy pocket. Originally, Rhett wanted a lemon costume so he could stand at the curb and wave people down. But I can't make a lemon costume. But so we're going to do aprons. And this is the shape that we want it to be. It took us an hour to get everything measured like we wanted it, but we have the measurements Taylor wants, and now we're ready to make a pattern. And so how we're going to make a pattern is we're taking this Christmas paper, because, it was only $1. Well, $1.25, I guess. And she's cutting it here to make it straight, and we're going to cut a rectangle 19 inches wide by the length of whatever this is. So that's what we're going to do next. She wants the top of her apron to be 9 inches across, and then she wants it 24 inches long. I would have made it longer, but this is her apron. Now, this is an apron my sister made me out of old Levi's, and it's 19 inches wide, so we're going to make ours 19 inches wide. Here, Taylor's measuring and drawing her pattern. Christmas paper is good to use because this paper had lines printed on the inside, so it was easy to measure and cut. Here is what her pattern looks like. She decided that was exactly like she wanted it, so next she's going to pin it on her fabric. I showed her how to fold the fabric to get it just right, and she's doing all the pinning, and she's going to cut it out. She decided she'd like for me to do the sewing part. That's okay. I don't mind doing that. Next, we're making the strings. Here I'm measuring and pinning and cutting. I made them into a tube, and then we turned that inside out. Oh, that was awful. Next, Taylor cut her pockets out, and then I turned the raw edge in, ironed it down flat really well, and got it ready to stitch onto the apron. Because I remember my mom doing this, I took the apron fabric and all the way around, I folded it in about 1/4 of an inch, ironed that down flat, pinned it so it would stay while I was ironing it. Then I folded it over again and basted it so there wouldn't be a raw seam. And basted it just with loose stitches so I could hold it up to Taylor and see if it looked good. Next, I stitched the edges all the way around the edge of the apron. Stitched that down that I had turned inward. Then I got the pockets. I pinned them on the apron. After I measured and measured and measured to make sure I had them in the right spot, then I started stitching the pockets on. I had basted it so I was able to take the pins out. Okay, I stitched the first side, stitched across, oh, right there, the bobbin thread broke. Had to refix that. Kept stitching along that one, across the bottom, up the other side, and across the top. Which meant what I actually did was just sew a square on that apron, not a pocket, because I sewed the top shut all the way across the top. So, got out the seam ripper and took that apart. Now it's time to attach the apron strings and the neck strap. I got it on, but I got it twisted. It didn't lay flat, but I wasn't going to redo it. Taylor said it was okay, and we were running out of time. And then I still needed to do Red's apron. But first, let me show you Taylor. She is so happy with it. She really, really loves it. See how at the neck it doesn't lay flat? I didn't do it right, but I'll fix it when she comes home from her other grandma's. Then disaster struck. It wouldn't sew. And so we took it apart and all of that yellow thread was bunched up in there. I don't know why. I don't know what happened. But Taylor is going to be like her dad. He can take anything apart, fix it, and put it back. So she took it apart, pulled all that thread out, fixed it, and got it to where it was sewed just fine. Got it fixed perfect. So, moving on to an apron for Red. And then I discovered his little cousin will also be there, so I want to make one for her too. That'll be tomorrow. Oh, here where she's holding the phone up, she's FaceTiming her other grandma, Lulu, showing her what we've got, and her other grandma was able to tell her what she needed to do. So, thank you, Lulu. We appreciate your help. Taylor's going to be a good sewing machine fixer-upper. Okay, that's it for today. I'll make a video tomorrow showing you making the other two aprons. Hope you're doing well. Hope you aren't as wet as we are. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Everybody, every single person that left me a comment or a thumbs up, thanks a million. I appreciate you. I was able to meet new friends that I didn't know were out there. You guys are just awesome. I love it. I'm working on responding to the comments. Give me a little bit of time because I was busy all weekend with my grandkids. So please don't stop leaving comments. I will answer them just as soon as I can. I appreciate every one of you. Hope you're having a great day. Oh, the tornado siren went off at 2 p.m. today. Casey said, do you hear that? I think it's the tornado siren. And at first I couldn't hear it. I had to really concentrate hard, and I finally heard it. I think it actually gets louder and louder. And I said, well, what do you want to do? Do you want to go get in the bathtub with the dogs? And she said, no, I just put that frozen pizza in the oven. I'm going to sit here and wait on the pizza and eat it. So we put the leashes on the dogs, took them out for a good walk, looked at the sky. We didn't see any rotation anywhere. So we came in and ate our pizza, turned the TV on, and the weatherman said it looked to him like it was a dust devil on steroids, not really a tornado. But, you know, when there's rotation, they have to let us know. So that's what we did. Tornado never came. We were okay. But my sister just told me that it's raining where she lives. It usually comes from her direction, so the rain will get here eventually. And then she told me it's supposed to rain all day tomorrow. Oh, we have too much water. We have too much. I'm going to show you some pictures in a video of all the water everywhere. We've just got flooded streets everywhere. So instead of us praying for rain, now we're praying for it to please stop for just a little while till we can dry up. Oh, one more thing. I should tell you that I looked up all these apron patterns on Pinterest, and they all said it takes about an hour to make an apron. I swear, between me texting my sister probably 24 times, and between Taylor FaceTiming Lulu to help her get the sewing machine fixed, and us measuring and cutting and pinning and basting, honestly, I think I have about 20 hours in that one apron. But I finally learned what I was doing, and we finally got the machine to work okay. And I whipped out Rhett's apron in about 2 hours. I'm still pretty slow, but anyway, that first apron took way longer than an hour. We needed lots of help. I kept telling my sister, you need to live next door to me so you can come help us.